on the Motor Show, 27 minutes after the hour. The segment's being brought to you by Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping searches for and applies available coupon codes. What's in your wallet? Savings and available coupons vary. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look this morning at your front page news. Hurricane Ida made landfall on the Louisiana coast yesterday on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. The Category 4 storm wiped out power for almost 1 million people, including most of New Orleans. At least one person has died, and continue prayers for our friends and family that are in Louisiana. More severe storms and tornadoes are possible as the storm moves further inland over the next few days. So please, please, please be careful. Meanwhile, President Biden paid his respects and met with the families of the 13 U.S. soldiers killed in last week's suicide bombing in Afghanistan. With only 1 day left until the deadline for withdrawal, about 300 U.S. citizens still remain in Afghanistan, and another attack is expected. Now, in defense of that attack, the U.S. has carried out a drone strike on a vehicle in Kabul, targeting a car that contained suspected ISIS-K suicide bombers. The strike killed as many as 9 civilians, including children. Now, in COVID news, hospitals across the South are running low on oxygen supplies, and more young people are dying from COVID. Over the past week, for the first time since winter, the U.S. has saw an average of over 100,000 daily COVID hospitalizations. And last but not least, Reverend Jesse Jackson and his wife have been in Chicago hospitalized battling COVID-19. Reverend Jesse Jackson was transferred to a rehab facility, and his wife Jacqueline was moved to ICU over the weekend. Jacqueline Jackson, age 77, is breathing on her own and receiving oxygen, but she is not yet on a ventilator. According to a family spokesperson, Reverend Jackson was vaccinated, but his wife, Jacqueline Jackson, was not vaccinated. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, go ahead and log on to the Rickey Smiley MorningShow.com. Rock T, the sports genius. What's going down in sports?
Already, Eve, appreciate that, man. YouTube sensation Jake Paul beats former UFC champ Tyron Woodley in a split decision. Now, this was Woodley's debut as a pro boxer, but this was a legit test for Jake Paul, and he may hang out a little bit, man, and be a legitimate contender in this sport of boxing, man. I'm impressed. I'm not all the way sold, but I'm impressed, and he can hold his own. Now let's talk about the women of Jamaica, the sprinters. They still out there putting in work. They finished first, second, and third again at the Diamond League Lausanne in Switzerland. They finished first and second in Paris. Shelly Ann Fraser had to pull out. They probably would have finished first, second, and third again. So big ups to the Jamaica women sprinters out there still doing their thing. But that transitions me over to Sha'Carri Richardson. Okay, she appeared to throw a slug at legend, highly respected track and field star Allison Felix after Allison said these kind, supportive words toward Sha'Carri.
Yeah, I know that she's obviously been through so much, and so I hope that she's just supported. You know, I hope people rally around her. Obviously, she has a great personality, and she's brought in a lot of attention to the sport, and I think she'll be in the sport for a very long time. And so I think just more than anything, you know, for all athletes, there's so much that goes into it. We just, you know, give her the support that she needs.
All right, so right after that, Sha'Carri appeared to throw a little shade at Allison on social media by saying, quote, "Encouraging words on TV shows are just as real as, well, nothing at all." Now, hold on. We are on record of supporting Sha'Carri Richardson, our little sister. We're on record of saying, okay, you know, she's young, she got a lot, you know, she'll mature, everything, she's cool. But now she's stepping into the category of what you're not gonna do. Am I overreacting? Because I don't know how to receive.
That's what I heard.
I don't know I don't know if I'm Rick. Y'all help me with this, because I don't know. I don't want to get mad because I still want to support Sha'Carri. But come on, Allison, this could be a phenomenal mentor for you. And she's riding for you. She on national TV still supporting you, showing love for you, and you gonna say that? So
Sha'Carri said that.
Yeah, Sha'Carri said that on Instagram story.
Somebody needs to take her phone.
Man. Yeah, just don't
She just
say
don't need
nothing.
a phone right now. She need to
Just
focus
train.
on-
Yes,
Yeah,
just train. Yep, train. Take
Man.
all your frustration out on that court, whatever you track.
The track, man.
Yeah,
All right,
she need Herm Edwards to coach her.
I'm about to go live on Instagram. Y'all need to help me out with this at Rock T Holla. Brad, handle your business with the hot spot.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is the bottom of the hour. Y'all, the segment's being brought to you by Swiffer. That's right, use Sweeper wet jet and duster to stop cleaning and start swiffering. And I use it all the time. Get one and keep that lint off your floor. What up, Brett?
Swiffer, that's right. What up, Ricky?
I
Good
love
morning,
it.
everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Finally, it happened, y'all. Kanye West Donda album has finally arrived, but not without a whole lot of controversy. After a delay of more than 13 months, multiple listening parties, and rumored release dates, it finally came out, y'all. He finally released the long-awaited album on Sunday morning, Donda, which has 26 songs. It hit Apple Music and Spotify. Now, the release didn't go without drama, of course. The night before the release, Kanye posted tweets which seemed to say that the baby hadn't signed the necessary releases to clear his verse on the song Jail. So it was released with Jay-Z on the track. Well, Donda has now been adjusted on streaming services to include the baby's verse on the new track named Jail Part 2. And Kanye is obviously still doing a little tweaking on the album, even though it's already out. Chris Brown reportedly was upset that his verse from the new track, New Again, he was upset that it got cut from the album. And then you got Soulja Boy saying he was first to get cut. Because you know Soulja Boy was like, I'm the first to do it. He said he had claimed that he was in a verse and he wasn't included in the final version either. And I saw something that Chris Brown had tweeted. He's posted that Kanye is a whole garden tool. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, y'all. Well, moving on. Candyman slashed the box office this weekend, bringing in $22.3 million and becoming the first #1 film directed by a black woman, y'all. And her name is Nia DaCosta. Yes, last year DaCosta made history when she was hired to direct the Captain Marvel sequel, The Marvels, becoming the first black woman and the youngest filmmaker to direct a Marvel film, beating the record previously by Ryan Coogler. And we also had an outpouring, y'all, for Chadwick Boseman to mark the 1-year anniversary of his death on Saturday. Fans and co-stars shared their grief on social media. Viola Davis, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, and others shared their love and memories. She shared a lot of memories of them making Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, writing, this day last year, you left this earth and us. Chadwick, as you may remember, died after a long but private battle with colon cancer. He was 44.
Wow.
Oh, man, y'all, last but not least, multiple Emmy winner actor Ed Asner, he passed away. He was Lou Grant on both the Mary Tyler Moore Show sitcom and the hour-long drama Lou Grant. He was 91 years old. He also picked up an Emmy for playing the conflicted slave ship captain in Roots, y'all. That won a total of 7 Emmys during his career. His publicist, confirmed the news to Variety, writing that he died yesterday surrounded by family. His official Twitter account posted a message from his family saying, "Good night, Dad. We love you." Whew, my goodness. I hate death, but I guess you got to get out of here sometime. And I
It's
guess
the cycle of life.
It is.
It's one appointment we're going to all meet.
That's true. So I guess you got to do your best while you're here and create your legacy and,
enjoy life
for yourself and enjoy life.
Enjoy the
Amen.
hell out of life.
Amen to that. Well, we're going to wrap up the hot spot right there, y'all. But coming up next, we got Rock T's Joke of the Day. Oh, Lord, is it going to be funny? And why don't you hit us up with them wake-up calls at 8669-RICKEY. That's 8669-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming back from his month-long vacation. Y'all give it up and show your love. Rock T, Joke of the Day. Joke of the Day. Joke of the Day. All right, Rock. Hope it's funny. Let's go.
I know, Lord.
This is kind of a confession joke.
Yeah.
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet, and I don't know why.
Come on.
What?
No.
Oh, the letter Y.
No. Yeah, no.
Want to say it again, Rock?
No, please, Rick. No, please.
Confession, man. I've been struggling with something my whole life. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why.
Like why? Not W-H-Y, but why?
That's all.
Man, Special K.
Man, listen, if you don't get off this radio, if you don't hang up your line,
Golly.
yeah, you can't even.
We'll never get that precious airtime back. We could have did a We Fix Money commercial.
Oh, man.
I don't know why.
I don't know why you let him do it.
Man, how many letters in the alphabet? 26?
It's 26, and I only know 25 of them, and I still don't know why.
Still don't know why. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, it ain't funny, but it's once you get into it.
Oh, please don't. No, Jesus.
Come on, Rick. I'm gonna let you have that when you can tell me.
Let that thing rest on me a little bit. Let it rest on. Let me take some CBD oil and then tell me if I take a drop of CBD oil.
Come on.
You feel me? All right. We got Dr.
MJ. Funny then, bro.
If you want to talk to Dr. MJ Collier, call right now, 866-9-RICKEY, 866-9-RICKEY. Why? You said it again, why? R-I-C-K-E, why? Call Dr. Collier. Up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. Happy Monday, and I'm so sorry that we are still in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic. Ricky, guess what? High rates of transmission have been reported in all 50 states and Hawaii. All 50 states and Hawaii. It's amazing. So they are now reporting a high rate of COVID transmission. The new forecast is that we'll see more than 100,000 additional deaths between now and December 1st. So that's just the next couple of months. In North Carolina, the ICUs are treating more patients than at any other time during the pandemic. In Georgia, hospitals are turning away ambulances, Ricky. So that's how every hospital system in the United States is now overwhelmed with COVID. And you know that had a real impact in New Orleans, where they've had the hurricane now, and they don't have hospital beds, and then now the hospitals have no power and et cetera. So it's a real dire situation there in doing so. The similar situation in Florida, where a hospital in West Palm Beach had to transport a police officer to Ohio because they ran out of lung bypass machines. These lung bypasses are machines that will do the breathing for you. So if a person's lung capacity just diminishes to the point where it's just not functioning, no matter what position they're in, no matter whether they're on a ventilator, they can use this machine to breathe for you, basically. It re-oxygenates the blood. So that's an additional therapy that's now available. Also, Ricky, a monoclonal antibody treatment that was shelved because it wasn't effective against the original alpha COVID at the time is now being brought back to market. This is Eli Lilly's product. It's a dual monoclonal antibody treatment that came out in June because it was ineffective, so they shelved it. But studies have shown that it is very effective against the Delta variant. So now the Delta variant is accounting for 96% of all the cases that we have of the coronavirus now. So with this return to market now, doctors have 3 different monoclonal antibody treatments used to fight the coronavirus. This is the therapy that President Trump got. This is the president that this is the treatment that other people have gotten as well. You've heard about it. So that's where we are, Ricky.
All right, let's go to the phone. You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I'm fully vaccinated, as well as I take all the supplements that are recommended by the doctor. I would like to know if should I be concerned with when I carry a conversation with certain individuals, they pull their mask down to speak multiple times. Is that a concern for me as far as catching the virus or being more prone to being exposed?
You are least likely to catch the virus, but in that scenario, the person is not really wearing the mask because they pulled the mask down. Remember, appropriate mask wearing is covering the mouth and the nose, and keeping it on during conversation is when you're spitting out the particles of the virus. So it's very important that in that circumstances you maintain social distancing and just re-instruct the person. Don't be nosy, wear the mask appropriately, or I just casually tell people you need to pull your mask up and then continue the conversation. So, but you are in the best position because you are vaccinated and you are taking the supplements that boost your immune system, but you are not 100% non-susceptible. So you could catch it, and that would protect you even more.
You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
My question is that I heard that if you get the vaccination, you got sick, that means you didn't have the virus in your system. If you got the vaccination and you didn't get sick, that means you previously had the virus in your system. Is that true?
No, that's not true. There's no correlation between that. That's just, again, some internet discussions that are not scientifically accurate, because a lot of people who have gotten the disease state, recuperated from the disease state, have natural immunity and antibodies. When they get the vaccine, their antibody load increases by up to 900%, depending upon which vaccine you've gotten. So it doesn't make you get sick. The side effect profile has nothing to do with previous exposure.
All right, real quick, you on with Dr. Collier?
If you have had the vaccine and then you get COVID, do you get extra antibodies after all of that?
Yes, you do get increased antibody therapy when you've had COVID and you get the vaccine. So that is again, no situation, no scenario where, unless you're allergic, that you should not get the vaccine. I recommend in this order: the Moderna, then the Pfizer, then the one-dose Johnson & Johnson with a second booster. There we go, Ricky. These are the opinions of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast, or its production crew. You can find me on all social media at ASK Dr. MJ.
It's Monday, y'all. How you feel?
Gonna be glad what the Lord done for you.
He woke you up this morning.
Ought to be glad.
You ought to be.
What the Lord done for you.
Tell him what now?
Ought to be glad. Ought to be glad.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rick's Round Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Sonya Curry, y'all, the beautiful mother, y'all, of Mr. Steph Curry. Everybody's talking about her, saying that she may be looking to become a reality star, y'all. Now, they're saying that a Bravo executive, y'all, is saying, y'all, that Sonya's agent reached out to the network, and they're in talks, y'all, to bring Steph's mom, y'all, into the Real Housewives franchise. Now, according to reports, they're saying, y'all, that Sonya may end up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills as early as next season. Now, the executive explained, y'all, that Sonya has wanted to be a reality star for years, and she and her soon-to-be ex-husband Dale pitched a couple of shows to Bravo. Now, according to the sources, they're saying, y'all, that the show that they pitched, honey, were all boring. They said every show was boring, and they say Dale didn't want any excitement or drama in the show. So now they're saying that Sonya is a single, beautiful woman. She's taking control of her life and is apparently, y'all, embarking on a new career in front of the cameras, y'all. And they're saying that Sonya is allegedly open to joining the Real Housewives series, y'all. So congratulations to her. Don't y'all think that's a good thing that she's be doing something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. Her life is already kind of like in the public, so people want to see what's going on with her now because we know, you know, the things that are happening.
Now, Eva, you're a former housewife. What you think about it?
She could click up with Garcelle Bouvier. I think that'll be a great little duet because Garcelle's over there holding it down in Beverly Hills, and she's a culture shock for those girls. So this might be nice.
Yeah. Plus, you know, get some money of her own. Yeah. She get her own little money, and she can do what she want to do. Don't have to worry about what that man doing. Is he gonna do it too, Gary?
No, they didn't say he was gonna do it because allegedly they were saying because he pitched on those shows, but he don't want to bring in all his old side pieces on the show to bring the excitement.
That is
so,
Gary.
No, I'm just telling you what the
that
story
is not
says.
what it said.
Well, I'm telling you. So we just gonna pray and hopefully Miss Sonya, you know, get her job and do what she needs to do, though, child. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. This is a very sad story, y'all. And the prayer warriors are definitely being solicited, y'all. And let's pray, y'all, for Nene Leakes and her husband, Greg Leakes. I don't know if y'all heard the story, y'all, but it's being reported that Nene has revealed that her husband, Greg, is transitioning to the other side, y'all. Now, they're saying that the former Real Housewives of Atlanta, Alon, recently shared an emotional update about her husband's health condition while at her Atlanta lounge, the Lanicia. Now, she said, quote, "I hope you guys are enjoying the lounge tonight." That's what she started her speech with. She said, "Please, I'm asking everybody in this lounge. I had no idea that I was going to walk in here and make this announcement." She said, "But I want to say this to you. I want to be at peace. When you see me and you see my son, give us a lot of love, okay?" She said, "My husband is transitioning to the other side. I'm not in the mood to say happy birthday to you. You don't know what we're dealing with right now. Then she also said that this is our business. So when people approach us and say you're rude because you don't want to say happy birthday, my husband is at home dying. So please give us some respect. Give us some love, okay? You see my son right here. He's hurting. I'm hurting. We walked in here because we have to walk in here because we have this business. But my husband is losing his life at this very moment, y'all. And this is what Nene told some patrons on recently at the club. And a lot of people are saying, you know, it's a sad thing, yeah, but then a lot of people are saying maybe she should have kind of worded all this here a little differently and stuff. So I don't know, but some people
just feel what they feel.
Yeah,
They're going through it, you know.
Yeah, and how it come out is how it come out.
Right, it's easy for people to say that because they're not going through that. You know what I'm saying? You're going through that, your emotions all over the place. And I feel so bad. That's why when I saw them at an event, I just tried to show so much love because I just kind of knew how, you know, how cancer operates or whatever. And I was just so extra nice and just made sure I spoke to Greg. And it just really made me sad. It really bothered me all day yesterday.
Yeah, it bothered me too. But some people and tell me about the situation. Now, with me experiencing when I went to my cancer and stuff, whatever, I don't know. Everybody's different. Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody's different. Y'all didn't come on the radio and say Gary transitioning or anything like that because we all know too, y'all, that the leaning tree is not always the first to fall. Now, I don't know how I would have felt if I would have been at home. Y'all saying this on the real, Gary at home transitioning, and Gary, then I wound up living.
I don't think you were never transitioning, Gary.
But we don't know. But we don't know anything could happen during surgery.
But when you talked to us and told us, we knew we was pulling for you to make it through. You never told us that you was about to get up out of here. That would be different.
But I wouldn't have known. First of all, do you think he knows that he's about to get out of here?
Well, he might. They might. Yeah. That's probably why she's saying it, Gary, because that's what's happening at her house right now.
But the thing is, too, maybe you should have stayed at home on that day because that patron that went to your club for a happy birthday, honey, we don't know what she was going through too to get a happy birthday. So sometimes I think we just need to just stay at home if we're not feeling good. And if you don't want to bring the room down.
She had to go out, Gary, because it was her club and they was probably expecting.
Well, that's why I'm calling an assistant.
But she said she didn't expect to get on the mic and do that.
Well, but I wouldn't have got on the mic and did it. I would have just left that alone. Some things you don't need to. Okay, and that's her. And that's that patron that with her. Some things are just sometimes not to be said. Just keep it to yourself because you don't want to bring the damn room down or make everybody else sad and depressed. It's a sad thing. Yes, it is. But my thing is.
I see your point. I mean, I totally see your point, but then, you know, I see her side as well, you know. But sometimes, man, when people be emotional like that, they going through that, they just kind of take it out on people that's close to them or people that's by them at the time. And sometimes it just goes wrong. It's awkward. Don't nobody know what to do or what to say, like where the hell that come from. We just don't know people's mental health, you know. But you know, I can definitely kind of see both sides. It's just a sad situation.
It is.
You know,
and Gary, you got to put it in proper context because it was one of those situations where she wasn't trying to go and make an announcement for the world. An onlooker videotaped her having this conversation. There were not a lot of people in the restaurant, enough to, you know, fill up a lounge, but not a zillion people. So I think it's an intimate moment that got put on blast because onlookers videotaped it.
Okay.
Versus her coming out on like a live or something and addressing the world. That wasn't really the form in which she did this.
But quickly, that's what Ricky always say too about everybody have a damn camera. You know, when you're out there in the public, everybody got a camera. It's gonna get out. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors.
So like, if you're having a bad day or whatever, or you going through something, it's just best, especially if you're a public figure. If you having a bad day and you know you're a little bit on the edge, don't go someplace. Just do Uber Eats or something.
Nah. The color today is bubble gum. On the high end, you say bubble gum, and on the low end, you say beautiful hot pink. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all, time for the wake up call. 24 minutes after the hour. Let's go.
Hey, it's time to get yourself together. Come on. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it be better. That's right. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on and tell us and just wake up.
Derek, I was Houston Texas. All my brothers and sisters, wake up, wake up. Louisiana, stand by, stand strong. We are heading your way.
Hey, this is Nico from Atlanta, Georgia, calling from Kissimmee, Florida, and I want to give a shout out to my kids and my girl. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Kay from Katie. I was calling to wake up Gary. Nobody cared about that birthday. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Oh, yo, wake up, this Boulevard King. I need all my geeks to wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Rion from Gainesville. I want to wake up everybody, all my family and friends. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yes, I want to wake up my good friend Brittany Watson. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. Let them know Kansas City, wake up. Let's go. Columbus, wake up. Cincinnati, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Palm Beach, wake up. Let's go. And Greenville, wake up. Oh, Jacksonville, wake up. Come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate it, Brad.
You welcome, Ricky.
Our favorite grandmama is in the building one more again, Miss Bernice Jenkins.
One more time. One more time. One more time. Lord, I'm glad to be in the service. One more time. Good morning, Janie.
Good morning.
So good to be alive. He woke me up this morning and slid me in my house shoes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Here's our church announcement this morning. Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Whoever silent hooted during the altar call can please come see the pastor following service to get prayed over and rededicate your life to the Lord.
Oh, Lord.
So that was just terrible. The spirit was in the church. I said, what in the cabbage is going on here? All female members with long faces and big noses, please register for the Scottie Pippen lookalike contest that's going to be held during Revival Week next month. Please.
Tip dog.
We not saying no names, just it's about 5 of y'all that need to participate. All 5 of y'all look like Scottie Pippen in the face. So if you have a long face and a big long nose, please register for the Scottie Pippen lookalike contest that's going to be held during Revival Week next month. And for the month of December, it will be the Patrick Ewing one.
Y'all 7 feet tall.
You ain't right.
You ain't right.
It's about 2 of them. It's 2 of them. It's 2 of them.
Don't tell. Oh my God.
Janie, y'all know the Bennett. You know the Bennett family.
Yeah.
Pray for the Bennett family who lost their grandfather. Deacon Herman Bennett was 88. You know Herman Bennett.
Yeah.
And he had just received a heart transplant last month. The problem is the hospital didn't have a human heart. To put, he had to use one from a deer. And as soon as he woke up in the recovery room, he took off running and ran across the highway and got hit trying to jump over a Chevy Tahoe.
Oh my God.
So y'all pray for him. He just took off running. It scared everybody. They say, hit me! Hit me! That concludes our church announcement, Janie. All right, I'll call you, Janie. All right. Black Tony, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm sleeping right now.
You not coming to work, bro?
Shawty, you know what, Shawty? I'm going to try it, Shawty, but I don't think you want me to come up there when I'm so sleepy. Plus, I hit a lick, and I'm finna hook you up. I'm finna put you down on the lick. So that ought to make up for me.
No, I'm straight.
Word, Shawty. I'm finna put you down on the lick, Shawty. You know how we look out for you, because I know you struggling since she ain't had no comedy show since the pandemic. So look, Shawty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you need a little come up, Shawty. But guess what? We got us another truck yesterday, Shawty. About take me out the radio, Shawty. Just talk to me about it. Take me out the radio. Take me down. Just go put me on. All right, look, Shawty. So can't nobody hear it but me and you, right? Look, Shawty. We hit another truck last night, boy. We got one.
I mean, Rocky can hear you, but go ahead.
Oh, you're right, yeah. Shawty, we hit another truck.
What y'all got?
Y'all gonna want to get in on this list, boy. We got that bread, man. Come on. Boy, we got bread, boy. We got bread. I ain't talking about money. I'm talking about bread, Shawty. We hit that bread truck, the one start, the folks that start with the P, they got the green and gold truck, you know, no, I ain't say that, Shawty. I ain't say that. I just said it started with a P, Shawty, and they got a lot of bread, Shawty. And they got...
How many trucks y'all hit?
Well, we just got one. We got one big one.
Where you stocked up at? Where y'all parked at?
Over there by the West End, over there by the shoe show in Renaissance.
I want to know what kind of bread you got.
What kind? Yeah.
Boy, we got all the bread, boy. We got it, boy. Shawty, they rock too, boy. We got the marble rye.
The what?
Sourdough.
Marble rye.
That sourdough, boy. We got the whole grain, the muddy grain. We got the what the other potato bread, boy.
Yeah.
We got the plain. We got the butter bread, boy. But you know what really jump off in the hood, big, boy?
Yeah.
That pumpernickel, Shawty, boy. That pumpernickel. The crackhead love that pumpernickel, boy. They put some ham on that pumpernickel with some mustard and some cheese and lettuce and tomato, boy. That's the number one sandwich on the trout, boy.
With that pumpernickel.
Yes, sir.
That pumpernickel, Shawty, we got.
Well, I ain't never had that, right? You ever had pumpernickel?
Man, it's got an acquired taste, man. You got to try it, Rick. You got to try it, dog.
And then you said with ham and cheese, and what else you put on it?
But they put that ham with that cheese, boy, with that lettuce, boy, with that onion, boy, and that tomato, boy. Boy, slap that mayonnaise on that thing, boy. What? Boy, watch out, boy.
So y'all don't have no ham in there. Y'all just got bread.
Wait, no, we ain't got none of that. We got a number of bread, boy. But I got about 700 rolls of that pumpernickel, boy. Y'all better get that pumpernickel, boy. You better let your folks know on the radio show, boy. We got the pumpernickel for you, boy. And the sourdough.
And how many trucks y'all hit?
It's just one big ass tractor trailer out behind the shoe show and the rental center in the woods.
All right. So what you letting it go for?
Boy, we selling them loaves for $1 a piece, boy. You better come on and get these little.
How many loaves y'all got?
Boy, about 1,700.
But most of the pumpernickel.
I'm trying to sell it all before Thursday.
But most of the pumpernickel.
Go back to my probation officer.
Did y'all ever get rid of all them taco shells?
Boy, we still got about 600 left.
600 taco shells. Huh? So y'all got bread and taco shell.
You got bread and taco shell, boy. We ain't got no meat. We ain't got no sauce. We just got bread. We got taco shells. Come on, let your boy. Get at your boy.
No meat, no sauce.
All right, you're not coming to work.
Nah, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm tired, Shawty. I'll be there tomorrow.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 7 minutes after the hour, y'all. Gary has the tea and the Kalu of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday. Day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. The world is speaking out, y'all. Everybody's saying how happy we are, y'all, for epic displays, y'all, of black love, honey. They say we can't get enough. But help it when we see black men love on black women proudly and loudly. Well, who am I talking about? Miss Savannah James, y'all. It's being reported, y'all, that Savannah James celebrated her 35th birthday recently, and her wonderful husband, NBA baller LeBron James, celebrated with his beautiful wife, y'all. Yes. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the wife and mother of 300, they say she looked beautiful per usual in a golden blonde, softly curled bob that she wore parted over to one side. Now they're saying, y'all, for her outfit, she rocked a form-fitting long-sleeve backless black dress with a lace back and high slit that showed off her toned legs and things. Now they said she paired the look, honey, with gold accessories, including gold dangling earrings, rings, and a black and gold purse. And they say she completed the look with black tie-up heels. Congratulations!
You better preach that outfit.
Yes, honey. Yes,
she looked amazing too.
She really looked amazing, and I'm just so happy, y'all, that LeBron, honey, and Savannah are still together and what have you, and he's still loving her and celebrating her birthday and so forth. Because that doesn't really happen too much. Because usually when African American men get some extra money or they come out the gate as sports players, they don't usually look at black women anymore that they dated when they were in high school.
That's not true, Gary. That's not true.
Come on now. It's true in my world, and honey, and so I'm glad that that she, they're celebrating. They look good together, honey. And she have those kids, honey, and they seem happy. So congratulations to Miss Savannah James and her wonderful husband, LeBron James. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, honey. Oh, my God, speaking of black love, honey, Kris Jenner is reportedly, y'all, planning an extravagant $2 million wedding, y'all, to Corey Gamble, y'all. Now, they're saying to keep it up with the Kardashians. Yeah, they say she
the dude that she been dating on the show?
Yep, for all those years.
The hips.
Yep, with
the dude with the hips.
Oh, y'all wrong.
The hips, hippie.
Yes, honey, they're saying, y'all, that the Hollywood's hardest working momager is possibly ready to walk down the aisle, y'all. Now, they're saying that she's been going strong for 7 long years, y'all, with talent manager Corey Gable, who is 25 years younger than her. Now, they're saying when they asked about remarrying after divorce in 2018 Jenner, she said, honey, you never say never, but I often say it's not just what I think, honey, again, based on my past. Now, she said, honey, that she loved Mr. Corey and what have you, and I think that's it. $2 million ain't that much money for no wedding for this man, honey. She is really getting him cheap. As long as he been with her at 7 years, honey, and then fulfilled her needs or what have you, now she's going to just have a $2 million wedding. She flushed the toilet with that. So, honey, I don't think it's all that good, honey. But nevertheless,
did you just say she flushed the toilet?
She ain't just pee, she flushed the toilet.
Yes, honey. Yeah, please, honey, $2 million, like that's a lot of money. No, ma'am. So, but anyway,
for a wedding, Gary.
Yes,
it's a one-day party. That is more than enough money to spend on flowers and nuptials. I mean, $2 million is a lot of money, Gary.
$2 million is a lot of money, but not a lot of money to them. Not a lot of money to her.
Anybody.
That's enough for a wedding, though.
Exactly.
Gary. Y'all act like y'all crazy. This man that been with this damn woman and wore into his body with her damn for 7 years, honey, and did everything for her, and you gonna just give me a $2 million wedding hell? She wear more than that on her finger. So, no, ma'am, honey. So, he coming off cheap by sitting there getting married, and she put it out there like, ooh, I'm going to spend a whole lot of money to marry this Negro, honey. $2 million. No, girl. That's not enough.
How much you think he putting in?
He putting in at least, Ricky, at least 5. Let's make it 5, hell. Let's make it $5 million, honey. She could at least spend $5 million on the wedding instead of just spending 2 on him. Hell, so, but he got to fight his family and bring all them, honey, from Georgia and what have you.
What about spending it on herself? Why is it on him?
On her, because she's marrying him on herself. Hell, she spend more than on herself for a purse. So, no. Thank you, honey. She tell him when she want to get married, Negro, honey, I got a purse more than this damn wedding, okay? So, that's what she do. So, let's be clear, honey. So, no, honey, y'all wrong for that.
You know why you ain't married?
Clarity.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
My thing is, well, whatever, honey. So, well, I know if I was to get married, honey, it'd be just a couple of hundreds, honey, because I'm not like them.
If you and B. Eating James got married, would you change your last name to Watkins?
to James?
No, I'm saying if you James get married, would you change your last name to Watkins?
Watkins? No.
So you would keep Hayes.
I would keep my last name because it's your professional name, honey. You keep your professional. Most women keep their professional name when they married to guys that's really not known or whatever. Or if they known, they just keep their professional name because that's what you're known by.
So you would keep your name and wouldn't go to Eating James?
No, not at all,
honey. So Booty J, it wouldn't.
No, my name would not be Gary Eating James. Oh, no. The color today, honey, is, oh my God. The color today is bubblegum. On the high end, you say bubblegum. On the low, just say hot pink. That's your color today.
Yes. You fell right in. That was awesome.
Oh my God.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, listen, man, a lot of stuff going on. Hey, it's hard to believe that 16 years to the day after Hurricane Katrina, the Gulf Coast residents are dealing with Hurricane Ida. Like, it was like Katrina was yesterday, and now it made landfall yesterday as a Category 4 hurricane, one of the strongest storms to hit Louisiana since at least the 1850s. Now, we have listeners throughout the region who are being affected by the storm. So some chose to evacuate before the storm hit, and others decided, to stay and ride it out. So check in, if you can this morning. Let us know what you did and how things are where you live. Hit us up at 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Now, the majority of Chef Boudreaux's family, who's on the show, who's been, doing, giving us recipes for this past year, was able to evacuate New Orleans, and his brothers who stayed have checked in safe. For those in Louisiana, the intensity of Hurricane Ida and seeing friends and family evacuate is triggering trauma from Hurricane Katrina. Do y'all remember when that happened?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we was in Dallas at the time.
Yep.
Working out of there, and I just remember a lot of the Hurricane Katrina victims coming to Dallas, and a lot of people went to Houston. People came to went to Mobile, Alabama. It was just that was just a really, really terrible time, and I just remember how mad I was at the way the president of the United States, Bush at the time, how he handled Hurricane Katrina, and looking at it from the plane or whatever, it was crazy. We got Kurt Boudreaux on the phone. Kurt, good morning.
Hello, Rick. How y'all doing this morning?
Man, we good, man. Your family straight?
Oh yeah, man. But my mom, they got my mom out and everything. They're in Houston. I'm gonna have to go and pick her up today though. But far as like my family, they're all safe and everything. My brother, who actually works for the city, because I used to work for the city too, pumping the water out of the city. He's still there. I have another brother that works with the rescue team for people that are stranded or just been, just caught up in that bad weather and couldn't even go anywhere because they were trapped. Places like LaPlace and Houma, those places were greatly affected. But from what I understand, the levees and the floodgates have held up pretty good.
Right. So most people going up to like Baton Rouge and Shreveport.
Well, they were pretty much out of power. That's a lot of places that were affected: Baton Rouge, Baker, Louisiana, all those other places like towards going between New Orleans and Baton Rouge.
Right.
Yeah, they said about 1 million people are out of power there.
Yeah.
1 million people. That's a lot.
Well, too, barges and stuff came.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Let me say what?
A barge was on the loose, Ricky, and it floated from the water close to somebody's house in their yard. Like, I guess the hurricane moved it, and it started moving on its own. And a barge is huge.
Like the big cargo ship.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's actually
crazy.
was what was, from what I understand, was what happened with one of the breaches. One of those barges came loose and hit that side levee, and that's how one of the breaches happened for Katrina. And they had about 10 or 12 of them, I think, that came loose last night. So I hope they was able to retrieve them before they hit something that could make some real major damage.
Right. Well, we just want to let everybody know. Once we get out for all of the listeners, once we get more information, if you want to help all of the Hurricane Ida, the people that has been victimized by the storm, we're gonna let you know how you can help. Once we get more information, whatever. So we're gonna make some phone calls and try to figure out the best way to help and and get it figured out. All right, Kurt, man, thank you for giving us that information, man. We're praying for you and your family and everybody that's been affected by Hurricane Ida, man. Appreciate you, bro. All right, let's go to the phone. Rick Smiley Morning Show. Good morning. Who is this?
This is Sheila. I'm over here in San Antonio, Texas. My heart goes out to the state, and I just want to say the Lone Star State is waiting on them with open arms. I thought about it all weekend, like, what could I do to help from a distance? And I even reached out to some people. They seemed like they were just going to sit there and weather the storm. So I just wanted to throw an idea out there for anybody. Just do what I did, go apply to volunteer with the Red Cross and help people coming into your city. So Texas, we waiting for y'all, and prayers go out to Louisiana.
Hey, God bless you for that. And tomorrow we'll have we're gonna try to get somebody from the Salvation Army and the Red Cross on where we can figure out how can we help people that's been affected by Hurricane Ida. I really appreciate the phone call. We couldn't get everybody on this morning, but we really appreciate the calls and appreciate you for joining us this morning, Kurt. A lot more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
To all the hard-working women and everyday super moms, we got a little something for you. It's Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 12 before the top of the hour, y'all. Eva, what's up?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. And today, Ricky, we are talking about a house divided. Now, as a country, we have seen a country divided with vaccinations or non-vaccinations, misinformation, the ideas of what to and not to do, conspiracy theories, and everything. The question is, what happens when it finds its way into your home? So you heard back a few months ago, Gayle King made a statement out in public, and she said that for Thanksgiving, she's not allowing anyone in her house that is not vaccinated, point blank and period. Now, it made some people upset, saying that you can't force a vaccine, but that's her personal choice. And then you had Oprah Winfrey, who before she saw her friends after months and months of quarantine, and she made them quarantine in her guest house for 10 days before they could come and say hello and enjoyed each other. So we see these people out here making sure that visitors are not coming to their homes unvaccinated. But what do you do, Ricky, when your spouse has a different view than you on getting vaccinated? That right there is today's question. I have a friend, actually a family member, and she kicked my uncle out the house. Uncle's no longer in the house because the uncle decided he did not want to get vaccinated. Now, my aunt gave him an ultimatum, said you have 1 more month to get this vaccine. I don't want to hear about appointment scheduling or anything. The reality is he believes in conspiracy theories and does not want to get vaccinated. However, they have 2 teenage children in the house. So the question is not only why isn't he getting vaccinated, but who decides if the kids get vaccinated if both the parents don't agree on the vaccine itself? And if you look in the news recently, Jesse Jackson and his beautiful wife, Jacqueline, are currently in the hospital. Jacqueline, over the weekend, has been transferred to ICU. She has underlying health conditions. And between the two of them, Jesse Jackson actually got vaccinated months ago, and Jacqueline decided not to get vaccinated. Now, they both contracted
and
COVID.
She's in ICU.
She's in ICU, and Jesse. Exactly, Ricky. You getting my point.
Oh, yeah.
And then one more for free. The Texas mask organizer, the big anti-mask organizer, his name was Caleb Wallace. Well, he campaigned against mask mandates in Texas, and he died over the weekend of COVID-19. He spent 3 weeks in the ICU before dying. And the saddest part of all of this, Ricky, is he leaves behind 2 small children and a pregnant wife. So I ask you that question again. What do you do in a house divided? When one person decides to get vaccinated and the other, what do you do, Ricky?
I don't care what nobody think, and people might say this hyper masculinity, but I'm just a little old school man that's head of household. Wow. And if you're in my house and I say we getting vaccinated, that's what we doing. Period. So you can take that and say that he got hyper masculinity or whatever, and that's just me.
But what about the reverse, Rick? What if you're the man who says, I'm not getting vaccinated, and you are the head of the household? Now what do you do?
Then he need to get his ass out.
That's the question. And that's why my uncle got kicked out.
If you don't want to get vaccinated, then you need to leave because it's not complicated. You know, the science is simple. You know, if you ain't sit down and talk to a doctor, you know, a black doctor that graduated from an HBCU or whatever, and it just kills me that you'll take your damn baby down here and get 5 shots in one day. 5 shots, you're a baby. You know, just where they can get in school so you can be free for the rest of the day, but you won't take a shot to be safe. And it's just
What you're not taking into account is the absolute power of the propaganda of these conspiracy theories. It overrides all common sense. It overrides black doctors talking to you directly. It overrides family members. It is. I'm dealing. Talk
about it, Kay.
You can't argue it. There's no getting through to them once they decided
instead of
that
doing
they don't.
songs that'll stay in your head all day, let's just come back with this because it really needs to be talked about because it's not enough damn time in the world to have this conversation.
Okay.
Or whatever. And then we're going to take your calls. Coming up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is at the top of the hour. Y'all listen. You know, this subject is so controversial that we had to just kind of continue it a little bit, you know, just when we can have time to get the calls in. Eva, go ahead and refresh us, let everybody know who's just tuning in what we were talking about.
Well, we're talking about this battle that's going on. Lately, there seems to be a battle between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. Now, the question is, if you're living in a household where your spouse does not agree with your views on getting vaccinated, then what do you do?
Right. And I read an article yesterday that doctors and nurses, that people that have real health problems that they cannot control are unable to get the care that they need because the hospitals are filled up with people that decided not to get vaccinated. And I lost 2 people that I just absolutely love and respect. That 2 trumpeters that we buried our classmate yesterday who was scheduled to be vaccinated, from what I understand, or whatever, that passed away from coronavirus. You know, rest in peace. She was so sweet and so awesome. Valencia May. And then Maxwell, that played trumpet, he was our section leader at Tuskegee, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they had his funeral yesterday or whatever, and he passed away from COVID-19. And I have a family member right now that's in ICU in dealing with COVID, like in ICU and in a real bad way, and it's looking real bad. And we was just, this is my aunt. We were just at my niece's funeral 2 weekends ago, and she was there. And now, you know, our family is dealing with this all over again. And I just want to encourage everybody. I follow the science. We have a doctor come on here every day, graduate of Morehouse, Dr. MJ, and he just simply explained it. You know, now, how is it that you take your kids to get vaccinated where they could go to school, but you won't go get vaccinated to keep you from freaking dying? And that's just where I am.
Absolutely.
And whatever. And what, Kay?
Do y'all read the comments and the back and forth on social media when people are talking about this?
No.
And you got to understand the depth of the success of this propaganda campaign to make people doubt medical advice and doubt science. It's almost become like a cult. And you literally cannot talk people out of it. I have gotten into almost like it gets very volatile.
Yeah.
When people are convinced that you're not.
Only thing I'm going to do is pass the information to try to keep people safe, encourage people to get vaccinated that want to get vaccinated, you know, where they won't die, and follow the science and follow these awesome doctors. I have 5 doctors that graduated from HBCUs that all of their stuff is consistent. And as a man, head of household, I'm just going to make sure me and mine are protected. I went and took Miss Janie, my mom, some other folks, And I got on a group that my oldest son was undermining me, talking to my younger kids, and my younger kids that did not get vaccinated. I put my younger kids in a group text with their mothers and say, here's what we're doing. Hey, I'm your dad. This Negro don't pay for nothing. Okay. If I say get vaccinated, you got 12 damn hours to go and get vaccinated. Am I clear? And they, my kids' mothers, like, we agree. We all on the same page. And within 6 hours, the screenshots of those vaccination cards came in, period, point blank, in the conversation. Because my oldest son, Ricky? He don't take care of you. I do.
Right. And the thing is if you don't care about yourself, what about others? What about the babies that can't get vaccinated? I got a comment. I put this question up on Twitter last night, Instagram, to see what people had to say. And I had a young lady I could hear the tears in her text because she was saying she is unable to get vaccinated. She wants to be vaccinated, but her underlying health conditions don't allow her to. So she encourages those around her because that helps her to stay safer. So if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for your elders, do it for your grandparents and the kids that can't get vaccinated.
Right. And we're going to definitely, let's go to the calls. Hit us up 866-9 Ricky. Good morning.
Well, I haven't taken it, and I work in it, and I see different things than they tell y'all, so I have my own beliefs in regards to it. What happened was we decided we wasn't going to get it, and then he went behind my back and got it. But my issue was we decided we wasn't, and if you wanted to go get it, then you should have said that. Don't go behind my back and do it, because at the end of the day, I can't control you, and I can't tell you what to do with your body, but as a team, we decided not to. So that was more the issue than we talked about it, and you went and did it without me.
Well, basically, my mom telling me I can't come in the house unless I have my shots or I have a mask on. She be trying to keep distance from me, 10 feet, 6 feet. She let my kids come over and all that, but at the same time, I can't even get a hug from my mom.
My husband and I are both vaccinated. However, we do have an adult child that's 18 who insists that he's not getting vaccinated. So the solution I came up with to that problem is I told him, I said, listen, you're around friends every single day. So what you're going to have to do if you're going to live under this group is you're going to have to get tested every week. So that's how we solved it for our house.
I just think that both sides sit down, write out each side's points. The person wants to get vaccinated and the other person doesn't. Then you educate yourself on the information out there. But at the end of the day, you still love that person.
Yeah, you love them, but you don't want to love them to death. You don't want to die.
Come on now.
You might finna die or whatever. And it just, we got a whole split in our family, and we ain't coming. I'm not going to nothing. I'm not finna put my health at risk because I'm not young like I used to be. And I'm just gonna make sure that me and mine's, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, are safe. So God bless everybody. I hope your antibodies work out for you if you didn't decide not to get vaccinated. But these doctors are telling you all of these people that's in ICU are the unvaccinated, and they're asking for the vaccination right before they get ready to get on the
ventilator.
The ventilator.
It's too late.
And they asking for it. They're asking for it. I've heard these doctors tell us week after week they are asking for the vaccination right before they get on the ventilator. But do what's best for you and your family or whatever. But I just follow the science and follow these doctors that graduated from these HBCUs that I know that's not out to kill black folks. Okay? So, I appreciate y'all phone calls or whatever.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, 28 before the top of the hour. Y'all time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. It finally happened, y'all. Kanye West's Donda album arrived Sunday morning, but of course not without a whole lot of controversy. Now, we know the delay was more than 13 months, and he had multiple listening parties, so he finally dropped it on Apple Music and Spotify with 26 songs. Now, he is obviously still doing some tweaking to the album, even though it's already out. And at first, it was Jay-Z featured on the track called Jail. Then later it was adjusted on streaming services to include the Baby's verse on a new track called Jail Part 2.
the baby's paperwork wasn't done yet when it was time for it to come out. Now, Chris Brown is upset too because he took to Twitter because his song "New Again" was cut from the album, and I saw something that he put Kanye West is a whole garden tool out here. So then Soulja Boy say he also had a verse. He said he first to do everything. Soulja Boy was like, I was first to put a song out. I was first to do this, so he's saying he was the first one that wasn't included on that album. So Lord, hopefully he get his tweaking done. Kanye, get it together and just leave it alone. Once you drop an album, you aren't really supposed to go back in and keep changing it, because people, if they love it, they're gonna love what's there anyway. And then maybe you could do another one and just do remixes or something. I don't know. But speaking of Kanye, who is killing the news these days, the latest chapter in the Kanye West and Drake beef unfolded on Saturday when Drake's fans vandalized Kanye's childhood home in Chicago. Oh Lord. So while Kanye was busy building a replica of his childhood home inside of Soldier Field for the third Donda listening party Friday night, fans of Drake decided to leave a few signs on the front steps of the South Shore Chicago home that Kanye grew up in. Now, the random act of vandalism is just the latest back and forth between these two, as the world has been waiting for the arrivals of both of their albums, Donda and Certified Lover Boy. Now, Friday morning during ESPN Sports Center, Drake seemed to reveal that his album will be out September 3rd. Oh Lord, please, though, because we don't need this beef to escalate. Like, don't vandalize the man's house. Like, come on, that's the house he grew up in. Y'all be taking stuff too far, man. My goodness, can we do like LL and Kumo D and just leave it on the paper or leave it on the record? Like, don't start physically doing damage to stuff. I just think that's horrible, and it's disrespectful to the legacy of his mother. You know what I'm saying? If you mad at him, that's something different. But he grew. That's the house for real. Like, I would be upset if somebody did that to my grandmother's house. Anyway, y'all, we gonna wrap up the hot spot right there.
Always that big hungry person riding around looking for people who has beef.
You know what?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have Urban League President and CEO Mark Morial with this morning's commentary on the state of Black America. Good morning, Mr. Mark.
Good morning, Ricky, and state of Black America this morning. I want to talk about Hurricane Ida first. Ida, which battered my beloved hometown and state of New Orleans and Louisiana overnight, was a devastating, when it hit land, Category nearly 5 storm. Right now in the entire region of New Orleans and southeast Louisiana, the power is out. There is no electricity. Some absolutely did evacuate. Many stayed at home as the mayor recommended a shelter in place. We do not know right now the full impact and effect of this storm. But for people to not have electric power means that perhaps the water pumps will not work, the sewage pumps will not work, people cannot cook, people cannot charge their cell phones. It's a devastation. Many of the hospitals have temporary generator or emergency backup power. So I'm asking people to keep the people of New Orleans and Louisiana and people in Mississippi as well in their prayers and thoughts this morning, Ricky, because we're going to have to stand up a relief effort to assist people. We don't know what it will be, but people are just waking up this morning, or some did not sleep at night, learning about what, in fact, has indeed occurred with respect to this storm. I also want to just put people on notice that this storm is coming up through the Mississippi Valley, Tennessee, Kentucky, into Pennsylvania. It's going to drop a lot of rain. It's a very wet storm. So people throughout the eastern part of the United States should be vigilant about this storm. Once again, we're going to be fighting to make sure that Black people in southeastern Louisiana are treated equally and fairly when it comes to this relief and recovery effort that will be necessary, Ricky. So I know we were going to talk about schools this week. We will talk about it again next week, but it is Hurricane Ida that is on my mind, that should be on the nation's mind, and it's a double punch. We've had Ida, the earthquake in Haiti, what's going on in Afghanistan with the recent 13 deaths, challenges and crises. But I want people to keep Louisiana in their prayers, check on people. I finally got in touch with one of my sisters who remained in the city. Wow. She said, I can't talk long because my cell phone's about to die. I'm going to try to get out of here. Good other members of my family. My mother went to Baton Rouge, where my sister owns a home and has a generator, so they are better off. I have a brother who's remained in New Orleans. Many people have remained in New Orleans, friends and family, and they're dealing with this awful challenge and this awful crisis. So we are asking everyone to keep people in prayer, but to be poised to support the relief efforts in any way that you can, that we will stand up as soon as we can. There are first responders who are going to be moving in to try to assist people, volunteers from the Red Cross and other relief agencies. But this is a devastating storm. But it appears as we sit right now, Ricky, that the levees did not break, that there may have been one or two levee breaks, but that we have not had the catastrophic event. But I've reminded people that the levees broke the day after Katrina left. Katrina was gone, and that's when the levees broke because of the buildup of the water and the inadequate construction of the levees. Since then, there's been some 14+ billion spent to upgrade these levees, and this is the first time they're truly going to be tested. So prayers up for the people of New Orleans and Louisiana, and that is today's State of Black America, Ricky.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. We praying for you. We praying for your family and everybody in the state of Louisiana and anybody that's affected by the storm. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give it up for the former New Orleans mayor and Louisiana state senator who is currently president of the National Urban League. Y'all give it up. Show your love, Mr. Mark Morial. Hey, thank you, man. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.